Did they cause too much trouble this time? Someone is afraid to talk to you because they know they did something very wrong, caused a big scene, or caused a big argument. You know who it is if it's for you. And it's kind of obvious what they're doing, stalking your profile. I'm getting like a sad puppy vibe. The best thing you can do is move on from this person right now and not give them the attention they're seeking, because they need to learn this lesson. They have a fear of rejection, and they should. Let me go to Spill Tea Oracle deck. They did something that affected a lot of people, and it might not have even been obvious at the time. It was some kind of attention-seeking, selfish... I'm getting reminded of the turkey trot prank video currently going viral on TikTok. This young lady was married into a family. I heard they broke up, but the family pranked her. It's a long story, but I'm just going to say I found it mean and rude, and a lot of other people did too. It's the kind of thing that's been normalized too much. Pranks, being embarrassed, getting her feelings hurt. Really sad. You record someone doing that? But that's what I mean. It's a slow burn type of thing. Maybe the timeline adds up. Like these people that posted that video, I'm sure they didn't know it was going to blow up like it did. Keeping secrets, pushing boundaries, loyal or not, family ties. Yeah, slow rollout. Pushing someone's boundaries slowly. Someone wondering if you're going to say something. Holding their breath over it. You're actually very good at keeping secrets. They know that now. Whatever happened, you could have spoken up and said something, but you haven't. They know that. They know they shouldn't have tested your loyalty, though. They know that. They know it was kind of a selfish move on their part, and they regret it. Whatever they did tested a lot of people's loyalty. Shine. Reflecting. Rejected. Love on the brain. They're really upset about what they did, but they did it to themselves. Not happy with themselves. They really need to go through this. Like I said, this reflecting, that's what they need right now. Love on the brain. They just weren't thinking. And it could have been they got caught up in the moment. Like this family prank thing I mentioned. That's what that family's used to. They do that kind of prank. They were trying to initiate her into the family, I guess. And, maybe that's just not the type of family she needs to be involved with. That family now hopefully realizes what they did wrong. It's not good to hurt people's feelings like that. And that could be what happened to you too here. What do they want to say? I pretend I don't care, but I see you in my dreams. Okay, this person hasn't admitted wrong. That's what I mean. They're pretending not to care to everybody. They're sitting back and waiting to see if anyone's going to say something, or if not that, just to see the fallout. They might have saved a big secret or a big emotional display or something for the family get-together. If it wasn't that, it was something on social media perhaps, but they need to go through this. That's all. This is a hard lesson, and it affected a lot of people, but the best thing you can do is ignore it, especially when it comes the next holiday. This person deserves to be ignored until they come around. Whoa. Okay, look, justice, speak life. I'm just getting a vibe of move on. Don't give this any attention. Speak life. Like if you do speak about it, speak life over it. But let this person get the justice they're supposed to get. The justice is that people are ignoring them. That's not your problem. Let me go to this other deck. What should you focus on? You will get through this. Wow, it must have really caused some damage. I didn't even realize these fell over. So sometimes the camera gets in the way and I don't see it because I'm not looking at the screen. Unconditional love. Positivity, not what you expect. They want your unconditional love. But it doesn't have to be in the way they expect. Love them unconditionally, but ignore them for now, really. I know your spirit's already telling you that. I'm not trying to put new ideas in your head. You've already been thinking about this. Like, what do I do about this person? And it might have been a big surprise the way things came out. But really, everybody needs to let this person go for now. Be positive. Don't be mean. I'm not trying to say completely give them the cold shoulder. People take that so far. Like, if you see them in public, be nice, but you know your boundaries. Be positive that this person's healing is taking place, because they have a lot of healing to do. They need to understand what actually went wrong. Look, I feel like I'm supposed to go to the Money Moves Oracle deck again. Gambling. Oh my. Is that what happened? If not literal gambling, somebody gambled on an event or emotions, or basically took a big risk as far as what they did. High risk, high return, but you may lose everything. And this person knows that, and they need to not take this risk again. I'm just getting a really way too adventurous risk taker type of person who would put some other people in danger without realizing. That's a hard thing for some people to outgrow. It's a low self-esteem thing. But this person needs to outgrow that. They just need to understand the consequences of their actions. Like, you can't do that to people, whatever it is. They're scaring people, hurting people. They just went too far. And the behavior was a red flag. They just took it too far. This is something they mustn't do again. I mean, I'm not trying to say you can control what this person does. I just mean they need to learn this lesson from you and everybody else, and don't let them make you feel guilty about it. They took a risk. They gambled. And I don't usually have readings like this where it's just so blatant, like everybody needs to ignore this person. But this person needs to hit rock bottom in a way. Even if it's not an addiction or something, they need to be faced with a decision where they have to change, because this is for their own good, something that has to change. You have positive thoughts, and that's interesting that came out with positivity. You know, I've gotten this download so much about our minds. You guys, I wish I could tell you some of the stuff that's gone on in my life lately. I really can't tell you because it wouldn't be wise of me to tell you, but don't be afraid to just let yourself think as wildly positive as possible. As far as the reality you want, just imagine your mind going out to the universe and just drawing the whole thing in, everything that you want. As long as it's done with unconditional love. When you think about this person, don't send negative thoughts their way. That's very important. Really, the best thing you can do is imagine good things for this person. We talk about prayer. Well, Jesus talked about faith like a child, and I take the Bible as an allegory. And he was talking about the power of your mind. Have complete faith to just imagine it. I'm telling you, it works. I know your life feels like it exists within this 3D time realm, but really it doesn't. Everything exists outside time. You exist outside of time. Imagine that your life is like a book with ongoing books, a whole saga, an ongoing series. You're living in a part you're living in now. Well, there are parts that aren't written yet. You need to go ahead and write that in your mind. A very short imagination session where not a whole lot's going on, but you have everything you want and it's already behind you. It's done. Like maybe you want a new place to live and you just think that's impossible. I want you to let go of that feeling that it's impossible and just imagine that there is a chapter of your life that hasn't been written yet. Don't imagine how it's going to happen. And then, okay, when I get that feeling, like when I really think about it and I work in all the senses and have this big imagination session for just like 10 seconds of that feeling of what it is I have. Like I imagine myself actually sitting on a beach with my dog. And I'm having an imagination session there, okay? That's what I imagine. I imagine myself meditating and he's like digging in the sand beside me. But then, here's the really important part. As I'm imagining that, like I have this session where I'm just focused. Well, what I do is I imagine my future self, and it could just be a future next week. In fact, that's what really worked for me. I wish I could tell you what happened. But wow, don't be afraid. Just think beyond your wildest dreams, okay? Think to yourself, yeah, it'd be funny if that happened next week, wouldn't it? And then maybe it will. I just imagine energy, like gold threads of energy, like coming from outside space, like gold light washing through me, but basically threads, like that light goes through me like sparkly threads, like all through my body and all through my aura, my energy field, okay? Those threads also go out into the universe and just get everything. And I imagine just like a vortex, like a cyclone starting. I know this is going to sound crazy. Basically, the middle would be like my waist, like the back, your lower back, where the base of your spine is. And I imagine like a lower vortex, like a lower tornado and an upper tornado. And they're all just coming in, like taking all that energy and filling me, giving me that power, giving me what I imagined. And as long as it's done with unconditional love, to the harm of no one, not taken from anybody, done with humility. Have that imagination session. I'm telling you, it works. It works. Have positive thoughts. Even for this person, the best thing you can do is just, okay, in the Bible, Zechariah, it says, do not even imagine evil against your neighbor. That's a big deal because it's talking about the power of your mind. So much was hidden, mistranslated in the Bible, so much is mistaught. And it's really about the power of your mind. And there are so many books that should have also been included, but let's not go there right now. Anyway, don't be afraid. Let yourself go and imagine whatever you want. You have positive thoughts. It is spoken, it is written, and so it is. Amen.